Hello again. Well, I hope by now you're really excited to start writing your amazing book. But here's the deal. There are some very basic newbie mistakes that can take your potentially awesome book and make it a dud. In this video, I want to share what may be the number one newbie author mistake when they set out to write their first book. But before we jump in, if you don't know me already, let me introduce myself. My name is Joel Hughes, and I run and operate Springboard Books, which is a kick-ass publishing and marketing agency helping entrepreneurs and leaders and small business owners to craft and publish kick-ass books that serve as their ultimate lead generation and sales tools. I want to offer you a copy of my book, Fishing with Dynamite, where I teach you how to do all this and set you up for success. To get a copy in digital format or paperback, just go to springboardmethod.com/FWD. I'll put the info down in the link below. The book also comes with a boatload of free bonuses like the audio version of the book, 4 online courses for writing, worksheets that are downloadable to help you discover your book topic, your take, to help you show your readers a shift in their beliefs to prove to them that your business or service is the best solution to their problem. Okay. So back to the teaching. Here now is what I and many other writers believe to be the number one newbie author mistake, and it's this. When many first-time authors write, they talk more to themselves than they do to their audience. Let me explain. Not writing to and for your reader is one of the biggest newbie mistakes. This is because novice writers are not used to speaking to a blank page. Author and teacher John Trimble says of this novice writer, quote, "His natural tendency as a writer is to think primarily of himself, hence to write primarily for himself. Here, in a nutshell, lies the ultimate reason for most bad writing." End quote. Writing this way creates a shallow product. It's like having coffee with someone who talks the entire time without missing a breath, who talks mostly about herself, and who barely listens when you get a few seconds to jump in. Instead, write as though you are having a conversation with someone you like or care about. What problem or problems are they facing? What are they struggling with? Try to feel what your readers might feel, and then try to empathize with their pain points, like I just had. Empathy creates emotional connections, which then endears readers to you. When I write, I always imagine a cluster of people who I know or I regularly interact with. One person could be a close friend, and another could be a guy or girl who I see all the time at the local coffee shop and who I think could benefit from the book I'm working on. I picture them reading and responding to what I'm writing. Something else I do is always try to feel like I'm about to lose their attention. I ask myself questions like, am I sounding boring here? Am I droning on and on here? Would I want to read this chapter myself? Is this example really necessary or relevant to my main point here? Does this feel flat? Do I need to stop writing for the day? I think it's a good habit to always feel as though you're about to lose your reader's attention. And that will protect you from a lot of boring, irrelevant writing and newbie mistakes. But now I want to share one last piece of advice, and that is how to find your writing voice so that your writing feels and flows naturally and reflects you. You want to find your voice in writing. Your voice is the way you sound and come across to your readers. The key is to be you. Avoid trying to sound overly smart or intellectual unless you are, and that's the type of book you're writing or the genre you're in. But I like what John Grisham says. He says, quote, "In life, finding a voice is speaking and living the truth. Each of you is an original. Each of you has a distinctive voice. When you find it, your story will be told. You will be heard." Author Jerry Jenkins, who's written like 1,000,000 books, says, quote, "Discovering your voice is nowhere near as complicated as some make it out to be. You can find yours by answering these questions. Number 1, what's the coolest thing that ever happened to you? Number 2, who's the most important person you told about it? Number 3, What did you sound like when you did? That's your writing voice. You should write like you do when you're most engaged. Talk to your audience the same way you would talk to them in a normal conversation. The key difference between conversing and writing is that in writing, you get the time to polish it all up. That said, don't try to be someone you're not. All right? Well, that's it for this video. Remember, write for your audience, not for yourself or your parents or your best friend. Keep your target avatar or your ideal clients in mind and write in a natural way as you would if you were sitting down having coffee together. And again, if you want to learn more about how to write a kick-ass niche-specific book to grow your business, just visit springboardmethod.com/FWD and start with my book, Fishing with Dynamite. That is the best place to start this exciting journey of writing up your first book and using it to grow your business. Well, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.